The Home Office cancelled his indefinite leave to remain less than 6 months after it was granted. Some people say this is karma. He blames the devil. Let me know what your views are as we dive into the story of our Ghanaian brother, Ibrahim. Ibrahim arrived in the UK to start a new life. He was excited and full of hope. He went to meet the authorities and told them, he said, look, I came on a 6-month visa. I cannot return back to Ghana. They say, why? He said, if I return back to Ghana, my life, they will kill me. Why? Ibrahim said, look, I am from the northern part of the Ghana, Muslim family, and I'm gay. And in Ghana, that is, when the authority heard that, they were shocked. They have a duty to protect Ibrahim under the Geneva Convention. They were reviewing Ibrahim's asylum claim when Ibrahim was provided a place. Meanwhile, Ibrahim had a friend in Ghana called Kofi. Kofi had lived in the United Kingdom for a very long time. He's fully settled and he knows how the system works. Kofi was the one that lectured Ibrahim about the asylum process. He knew everything about the process. Within a few weeks, Ibrahim was granted 5 years protection to live in the UK, and Ibrahim was very, very happy. Say, Charlie, thank God. But Ibrahim tried to date a few Ghanaian ladies in the UK, but he struggled. He didn't get on well with them, and the relationship ended. Ibrahim was then introduced to a Ghanaian lady called Abena who lives back home in Ghana. Ibrahim would spend a long time on the phone talking to Abena. They would talk till the fall, talking about the future together. Before you know what was happening, our brother Ibrahim was falling in love with Abena. Ibrahim decided to take it to the next level. He flew with Kofi and his family to Abena's family to see Abena. They did introduction, and Ibrahim promised the family that, give me time. Let me go back to the UK and put things in order. I'll marry your daughter and I'll take her to the UK and we'll start a good life together. The family entrusted their daughter's future to Ibrahim. They believed everything that Ibrahim said. Ibrahim returned back to the UK. He was talking to his friends. His friends started telling him after some time that, Charlie, if you bring this girl to the UK now, it will take her time to settle, and you will be the one that'll be carrying the responsibility. Meanwhile, Ibrahim met a British lady on a dating site. He later found out that this British lady, she's very, very rich, and she comes from a very good home. Ibrahim fell in love with this girl. They were dating, and the girl in Ghana that Ibrahim had already promised marriage. Before you know what was happening, Ibrahim's conversation with her started drying up. When the girl will ask, Ibrahim will give excuses. When are we going to get married? Ibrahim started postponing it. And that is when the girl was suspecting, now what is going on with the love of my life? Somebody that has already painted a future that we are going to have together. She didn't know what to ask and she was still confused. She just thought Ibrahim said it's a stress of living in the UK. Before you know what was happening, Ibrahim has already fixed a date and said, you know what? I made a mistake for actually going to Africa to marry. It will take me a long time for that girl to settle and I'll be the only one carrying this. I'm already struggling now. So let me just make this one that's already made and start my life. But he did not tell Abena in Ghana. He kept Abena at bay, knowing full well that Abena at this time was already living with Ibrahim's family, doing the duty of daughter-in-law. Ibrahim married this girl. His family were aware, but they didn't know what to say. Ibrahim then kept this girl at home. Him and his friend, the Kofi, they started having problems in their relationship because everyone before, if they need advice on immigration and everything, they will go and meet Kofi. But Ibrahim was now providing the advice and Ibrahim was doing very well. And Kofi wasn't happy that the boy that came to meet him in the UK was now doing very, very well, better than him. Kofi became jealous. He was upset that Ibrahim wasn't humble again. Ibrahim was now talking to him as if they are mates. One day they had an argument And Ibrahim told him, just you started swearing at the guy, using inappropriate language, and Kofi said, I will deal with you. Ibrahim said, you can't do anything. Meanwhile, Ibrahim had just received his indefinite leave to remain in the UK. So Ibrahim felt that I've already crossed the Red Sea. There's nothing anybody can do again. Kofi can go to hell. Kofi was absolutely shocked. Meanwhile, Ibrahim's wife, Helen, she's now pregnant, expecting their first child. And Ibrahim thought that life couldn't be better. I have now gotten my indefinite leave to remain. My wife is pregnant. And what more do I need in life? I'm going to be the happiest man in the world. Ibrahim was planning for the arrival of his baby. That was when his friend Kofi contacted Ibrahim girl in Ghana, Abena. They were talking on Facebook, and the girl said, have you heard from your friend? The girl said, yes. Ibrahim haven't called you for a long time. The girl started telling everything. Said, that was when Kofi realized that this is the grenade that I've been looking for. And now I'm going to explode it. They now asked the girl to send all the pictures that they used, that they got from the introduction. The girl sent the pictures to Kofi. Kofi then called Ibrahim's wife, because they are friends on Instagram and Facebook. He started sending those pictures to the girl. Meanwhile, Helen had been suspecting that there was something between Ibrahim and Abena. When she asked Ibrahim, Ibrahim said, babe, no, she's my cousin. There's nothing. The girl believed, but she still has her doubt. But she didn't have the evidence. Only for Kofi to then send all these pictures from nowhere of Ibrahim doing introduction with Abena in Ghana, looking very happy. And not only that, Helen received a smaller bombshell when Kofi said, look, do you know that your husband is lied when he came to this country? He told the Home Office that he's gay, and now he's married to you and he's married to another woman. Helen was under the impression that Ibrahim went to Ghana when they are still together, and that was when he secretly went to do the introduction. When Ibrahim tried to explain to the wife that, look, this is something that happened before me and you started talking. But this guy, Kofi, did not end there. He also gave Abena's details to Helen. So Abena actually talked to Helen, and Abena told Helen that up till recently, my husband has been talking to me. My husband, that was what Abena was calling Ibrahim. Meanwhile, Helen believes that Ibrahim is the love of her life, that she loved this man unconditionally. She believes that Ibrahim is the only apple in her eyes. You know, European ladies, they love with their hearts. And she was devastated that the man that she loves with her heart lied in his application that he's gay, and he was having another girl in Ghana and planning to eventually, that was what Helen thought, that Ibrahim was planning to eventually go and bring this girl and leave her. The woman was mad with all the evidence that Kofi sent her. She reported to the Home Office, this is a man that came to the country. He said he's gay. He doesn't want to return back because they will kill him in northern Ghana where he comes from. He lied. He's been married to 2 women. Myself and the other woman in Ghana is not gay. And if you obtain indefinite leave to remain or citizenship by deception, and the Home Office find out, your indefinite leave to remain will be cancelled. This is the same in the US, Canada, anywhere. When you are given protection, because you paint a narrative that if I return back to my country, they will kill me. and everything is all bogus. The moment the authority finds out, it will be revoked because it was given to you based on the picture that you painted, which is absolutely untrue. That was how the Home Office revoked our brother Ibrahim's indefinite leave to remain after 6 months. And it did not end there. Ibrahim is now facing deportation. And Helen has told him that she's not going to put a child she's not going to put Ibrahim's name on the birth certificate because Ibrahim's lawyer was pushing that, okay, now that the Home Office have cancelled his indefinite leave to remain, under Article 8, the right to family life, Ibrahim should be allowed to live in the country. But the woman said, no, he is not going to have anything to do with this beautiful baby in my womb. He can go to hell. And now Ibrahim is now calling Kofi, say, bro, what do I do? And Kofi now said, I don't know what to do. You take your cross and carry your cross and head to Accra. So Ibrahim, as I speak to you today, is now facing deportation. Is this karma? Is this the work of the devil? Let me know what your views are. If you have any story that you want to share with myself or the team, you can reach us on our WhatsApp number and we will always consider the story if we feel that people from our community will learn. What are these lessons that we can learn from this story? Honesty is essential. Your action must match your claim. Investigators will always find the truth. False claims have serious consequences. Integrity builds a better future. Is this the work of the devil or is this the work of karma? Let me know what your views are in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Peace and love. I'll see you soon. Peace.